Welcome to Soccer as We Like It, the Man United direction. And this weekend, we're talking about the no football weekend. So much going on in reference to sports and other things affecting the global world as a whole. Joining us today is Vim, the analyst. Welcome to the show, mate.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Not bad. And we have the controversial one representing Houston Red Army, Bemsy. Bems, how are you, mate?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you guys doing?
All right. Right. As you know, no football weekend. Man United played during the week on the day Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II passed away at the age of 96. Today in America, Americans are commiserating the remembrance of 9/11 of 2001. 21 years ago, 9/11, the terrorist attacks on America is today. So it is a somber mood all over the place. With no football weekend, which would have taken a lot of people's mind off the gloom and doom in the UK in mourning Her Highness. Did you guys agree with the cancelling of football? Because the rugby and cricket in England, they carried on, but all they did was the Friday, they cancelled the fixtures on Friday, but did the one black armband, national anthem, and a minute of silence. Vim, you're in UK. What was your perception about the cancelling the whole football program for this weekend?
I mean, you know, when the monarch dies, especially the head of state in this country, it's quite a big thing. And Premier League is also a big thing, and so they probably would think it was inappropriate to be having entertainment and going back to normal life so soon after someone so important has died.
Right.
You know, she's the longest serving monarch ever
100%.
in the world, 70 years. So, a cancellation of a weekend is not too much to ask for.
Is the reason? So, are you in support of the cancellation or you're against the cancellation?
No,
or
no,
would you have gone with
I
the
think
routine?
it's fine.
You're happy with the cancellation? You're
Yeah.
support?
Yeah, I mean, we cancelled a lot of football just during COVID. I mean,
Right.
one game isn't really that much.
Right. In reference to a World Cup year with fixtures already entangled together. Remember, the World Cup starts in November.
Yeah.
So with all this backlog, what was your? You still in agreement with what Premier League and the Football Association decided?
Because it'll be quite a contentious topic really if during the weekend of Her Majesty's death that everyone's still carrying on with football. Exactly. I think it would give a lot of people some ammunition to sort of say bad things about the Premier League, and Premier League is very much in the spotlight around the world, so I don't think they really need that negative.
Right, and it is the most popular sport in UK. That's number one sport in England.
It's the national sport. Yeah.
Right. So, but you saw cricket board. They honored the Queen by playing on the weekend. All the games they had England and Sri Lanka for the T20, and they had the under 19. They did play. All they did was the black armbands, national anthem, and the 1 minute silence. Should the football have done that routine, or it was good the football went the way they went? Bems.
Football shouldn't have been canceled, man. I don't agree with it. If football is going to be canceled, everything else should be canceled, man. It doesn't make any sense. In my opinion, I understand. Yeah, we're trying to respect and respect for the Queen. I mean, she's the longest living monarch, and I mean, I have family there in the UK, and it's a really I mean, I'm more with the British people and everything, but it's one of those things. Like the way I look at it is like this time and day and age, things have changed, things have evolved. It's not the way it was 40, 50 years ago when something like this will happen. Yeah, everything shuts down for a week or two. I mean, times have changed. So the question is, I mean, what would she have wanted? The Queen herself, would she have wanted everything to be canceled? Would she have wanted things to go as normal? But I just feel that, I mean, if you're gonna cancel football, you cancel everything else. I mean,
right? You say all sports should be shut down.
Yeah, all sports should be shut down. It's not. You can't just cancel football and then leave everything else, and then it makes no sense.
Right.
In my opinion. So yeah, that's just my opinion.
I see your point.
And then talking about the year of the World Cup, I don't think we have any room. We don't have any room in the schedule. There is no room to reschedule isn't to be canceling games. It's already a tight season as it is. So it's just
it's gonna be like a 3-game week because those teams who play in Europe will have to play. It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah,
there is a flip side though. It gives us a little bit more breathing space because we're playing every Thursday and Sunday, so it's quite a tough schedule.
It is. So as you've heard it from two different perspectives, you had the British perspective and the American perspective. They agree with the support, the football being stopped, but they disagree that if they're going to stop it, it should be in all sports in general, not just the cricket and rugby still carrying on their scheduled program and football being cancelled altogether. The burial arrangements have come out. The full funeral is next Monday. So we shall see how things are. Other than that, there's been a few changes. A big surprise last week was the sacking of Chelsea manager Tuchel, who had won a Champions League, a European Super Cup, a World Club Championship, two Wembley finals to Liverpool last season, lost on penalties on both occasions, but was told to get on his bike. A bit more. How surprised were you?
Well, where's our Chelsea friend?
I don't know where he is today. I'll try to reach out him.
Now that Chelsea's really in the topic, he should be here. I'd like to hear his viewpoint on it.
Yeah, we'll get
Mr. Rodrigo.
Maybe next week he'll be here.
Yeah. As for Tuchel, I think he was kind of becoming like a Mourinho type character.
To the owners,
the back
right?
end, yeah, the back end of last season, he was falling out with players. He was criticizing them openly, saying they're not doing enough, they're not working hard enough, which is exactly what Mourinho was doing, wasn't he?
Yes.
Very negative.
Mourinho left them at 17th position. That's what Rodrigo said. Mourinho, by the time they found Mourinho, Chelsea was 17th. But this guy, they're still in the top 5, 6. I don't know.
Yeah. But apparently, I think he had a little bit of a disagreement with that new owner, Todd Bowley, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you guys have heard,
Yes.
but apparently he wanted Ronaldo to come to Chelsea, and Tuchel blocked it. Said, no, I don't want him. Right. And that was another contentious point that they had a falling out with. So, and then, the fact that a lot of his squad wanted to leave. And a lot of them did leave. So, something wasn't right.
Right.
You had during the transfer window how many Chelsea players wanted to leave the club. I'm thinking, what the hell's going on, man? These guys are recent Champions League winners and doing pretty well.
Bems, when you heard Tuchel being fired, do you think it was justified, non-justified?
I thought the decision was a joke, man. It was a joke of a decision. Like, it makes no sense. You spend all that money during the summer window, over 200 million. You get all these players. And I mean, he took Chelsea to the Champions League. He won the Champions League, not this season, the season before, 2020,
2021
season. The season.
Yeah,
the season
2019-20 season, yes.
He's I don't know if he's only won the Champions League. I thought he's won another cup too as well.
He won the European Super Cup. He won the World Club Championship.
Did he win any of the league cups like the
FA
or Carabao Cup?
He came second to Liverpool last season, both on penalties.
Yeah, but I think he's done well for that.
100%, mate.
Club, 100%. But the thing is, to sack him now is too early, just because
I agree.
He's not been given the time this season to fix things. I think, even though, I mean, the results weren't good, but I think he should have been awarded the time to fix it, right? Exactly. And that time he wasn't given, and I think he had built enough credit with the club to be able to continue for longer. Now, if we're down here by November, December, and results haven't changed,
they've only lost 2 games.
It's different.
If that,
exactly, they only lost 2 games. So
Ole was there 3 years with no trophies. Nearly 3 years, and they kept him with no trophies.
It's clearly not really performance related. I don't think.
Yes.
Even though there was rumors about players, him falling out with players and all that stuff and whatnot. It's just a disagreement. He didn't get along with Taboli. It's just simple as. And I think this is, in my opinion, I might be wrong, but for Taboli Tuchel, because there was Taboli wanted to play. Was it, I guess, Cristiano Ronaldo or whatever he wanted, and then Tuchel said no. You can't. Yeah, I know you're the owner of the team, but you gotta let the manager decide what he wants as far as squad wise.
To a point.
And it's it kind of screams to me of the American kind of sense of running a club, which doesn't really work if you're gonna do it that way in the UK. So let's see what happens Chelsea going forward. But yeah, it was a bad decision to sack Tuchel.
It sounds to me like it's pretty similar practices to what Joel Glazer does, because he basically says, "Well, I want this player, and I want him playing," and he kind of overrides anyone at the club, and he keeps on doing it, which effectively makes the managers of the club powerless.
Right. With Tuchel, I think with Tuchel, if any of you heard this interview early before the season started when they were still doing the transfers, you could see undertone and underlying comments he was making of these American owners and the new changes, trying to, I'm not gonna say undermine the abilities, but trying to say the culture is completely different than when they're buying baseball teams and football teams in America than buying a football team in UK, a proper football team, not as in soccer football. So he was undertone, indirectly.
What kind of things was he saying?
Saying things like, I have to work with these new owners. It's going to be a new change and a new culture for them. Not saying they're not good enough because they don't know the sport, but I'm having to work with these new American owners. That was the gist I got from it. And you could see from then onwards, him and the owners started to go back and forth. They were not happy with some of the signings. They're not happy with some of the players he wanted or players he was falling out with, and the players they wanted he didn't want, And
I also sense a little bit of burnout with him, because he had almost an instant impact with when he took over from Lampard.
To take that team that Lampard was taking the opposite direction to take them to the Champions League final, I think that was an achievement on its own.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
That was
he's quite. It is a massive achievement to win it straight away.
Very passionate
because he's very intense as well, and you can see that he wears his heart on his.
Conte against Spurs.
Yeah, but he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's really into his football, and you can see he's quite meticulous, and he wants every player to perform. And I think that when he found that some of his players,
for long, I don't think
when he found that some of his players weren't performing, I think he found it difficult to cope, and he almost looked burnt out at the end of last season. I don't know if you saw that in him, but
he was the previous manager of PSG.
Yeah,
he took them to the final that lost to Bayern Munich, 2019. The pandemic year of no crowd. He took them to the final and lost 1-0 to Bayern Munich. So he has been to 2 European finals and lost 1, but and he won a league title in France. So he's not a bad manager, but Chelsea just on another kettle of fish. We had a manager nearly 3 years and won nothing. We still kept him.
The thing is, I think managers, the successful ones nowadays are the ones that have a good camaraderie with their players, as well as maintaining that respect. Right. I think those that criticize the players too much, you're never going to get someone to play for you if you criticize them.
True, because they've got more power now.
Yeah, they have got a lot of power, but if you want someone to do well, you have to put your arm around them and you have to try and really motivate them. Like they really fight for you.
Ole not do that?
Yeah, but with Ole, he was too soft and they took the piss because he trained lack of training.
You're saying,
then you're saying it is the perfect examples are Fergie and Klopp. That's the style that works for me.
But Fergie's old school though. Fergie's the Mourinho era. I mean, Mourinho, that's old school, 90s.
He's superior to Mourinho.
Fergie used to do hairdryer treatment, kicking boots in the dressing room and
he's stamping down his authority.
Yes,
and he's showing. Basically, he has a short fuse, and he wants the players to know he's got a short fuse, so they don't step out of line. Because he ruled, and if you've listened to all the interviews, like Giggs and Scholes and various others, they said that there's an element of fear with Fergie. They
Yeah.
loved him, they respected him, but they also feared him.
Yes.
And it's that element of fear. And I remember we spoke about this some time ago, that people don't think that works anymore. But I think it does. Because you've got too many big boys in football getting paid way too much money. And they've got to fear and respect that coach. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
100%. So
Yeah.
as it stands, Chelsea have appointed Mr. Potter. They've paid Brighton £21 million for compensation, and Potter hasn't done a bad job at Brighton. Brighton are on the ascendance. They are flying high. They've destroyed us. They've beaten us home and away. They beat us, I think, 2 times in a row now, 4-0 and 2-1. So they're a bad team, considering he has sold 3 of his top players this season, and they're still doing well.
Check this out though. This transfer from Tuchel to Potter has cost Chelsea 100 million.
100 million.
Yeah, so basically 20 million payoff for Tuchel, and there was something else. I think 60 million package for Potter, and then there was 20 million spent elsewhere. So it's actually effectively cost them 100 million for this changeover. Wow! So they really spent a lot. But
wow, they better be trying to win the league title.
But compensation to Tuchel for 20 million, compensation to Brighton for 20 million, and 60 million package for Potter and his crew.
Oh, sugar.
That's 100 million.
Bems, how soon? They said they gave him a 5-year contract. I don't remember any Chelsea manager staying for 5 years. Is that just?
I don't think. Oh, yeah, I mean, good for him, but I don't think Potter's gonna last
5 years.
The 5 years, I not under those owners. For some reason, I just have a funny feeling about this Taboli guy. I don't think the guy definitely doesn't know how to run a football club in the UK. That's for sure.
That's what Tuchel trying to tell him, but you can only say so much.
Who doesn't?
And that
Boli.
Taboli.
Oh yeah, well, he's got no experience, has he?
No.
Yeah, he's got no experience, and I think because of that, Potter's not gonna last long. I can't give you a timeline.
But you've got it's good negotiation from Potter. To negotiate a 5-year deal is actually quite good.
Yeah, but would he ever?
Yeah,
I mean, when was the last manager that did 5 years at Chelsea? I can't remember.
Because the manager is 3 years, right?
I think 2 is the max for at all.
Touchdown.
2 years is average at that place.
Yeah, 5 years is literally you have to go back to Ranieri days.
Yeah, it's good negotiation.
That was under the. Remember, Ken Bates was the manager owner back in the day. Remember Ken Bates, Vim?
No.
You don't remember Ken Bates? He was the manager for Abramovich bought Chelsea. Old white guy with glasses.
Manager for Chelsea?
No, owner. He was the owner. Ken Bates.
No.
He bought the club for about £1 on the stock on the.
This is the thing, isn't it? Chelsea were bankrupt and they were almost being relegated.
That's why he bought them,
and they got it
Ken
cheap.
Bates. Yeah. He was the owner to he sold the club to Abramovich in 04. Yeah, he was the owner for like good 10 years.
Yeah.
Right.
He still made a good profit.
100% he did. So now that Potter and Chelsea are going to same round, they got Aubameyang. They have a new set of players now. Can Potter steer this high-profile club? Because going from Brighton to Everton, then going to Chelsea is he just went from Brighton to Chelsea. No mid-table club in there. He just went from. I'm not saying Brighton is a bottom club, but you know what I'm trying to say. There's a big difference between Brighton and Chelsea. Would he be able to handle the challenge? I hope he can, because I think he'll see the season. I think he'll be there by the end of the season. Regardless, I think they'll give him enough time to.
But do you see him being there? You see him being there next season? Finishing next season?
I think so. Yes.
Next season.
I would like to see how he finishes this season. If he finishes with a trophy this season, even trophies doesn't even matter anymore. You could win Champions League and still go fired. I remember what's his name won a Champions League for Di Matteo won a Champions League for Chelsea. The following season, he was sacked before December. After winning Champions League, the first ever Champions League, he got fired 6 months after. So Tuchel won Champions League,
Didn't he
European Super
do?
Cup, and World Club
Didn't he do
Championship.
bad domestically though?
Yeah, they were struggling.
They were struggling domestically, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they had sold half of the team at the time. But it's still the brutality of it. They don't give a damn. But we are a club. We don't win trophies, and we still are patient and understanding. Still patient. Ole was there for nearly 3 years, and we won nothing. And it was, please, right. Anyway, Man United played Real Sociedad on Thursday and lost at home 1-0. Was it the occasion that got to them, or they just not good enough? Bemsy.
Lineup. Well, yeah, the lineup. So the thing about it is that the team. Okay, the lineup should. I was okay with the lineup. Obviously, he's gonna make rotations because he needs to give players game time. You can't play the first team in like 3 times a week. You're just gonna burn them out. So he did the right thing, rotating the squad, which makes sense. I think the decision that lost us the game, in my opinion, even though it was a dodgy penalty, shouldn't have.
It was a bad decision, mate.
That game, worst case scenario, should have just ended at 0-0. We shouldn't have lost that game. But the decision that lost us that game, that messed us up, was to play Fred in the number 10 role.
Fred don't know what they were thinking to put him in number 10.
Fred was terrible. But the thing about I mean, I don't think Ten Hag had any other choices, because if Donny was fit, Donny wasn't fit. So if Donny was fit, Donny would have played there. I understand, like, okay, you could have played Eriksen in that position, but you're gonna lose Eriksen's creativity from deep, and that I'm seeing. So I can see what Ten Hag was trying to do, but I think that the decision to playing Fred at number 10 was what messed us up, because Fred had a lot of the ball. The attack was breaking down every single time he touched the ball. Every single time Fred touched the ball in the attack.
Has he played 10 before? Not for United, he hasn't. I've not seen him in a 10 before. Has he played a 10 before?
No. He hasn't played in a 10, but he's kind of played in the 10 before a little bit under Ragnick. A little bit.
He's played box to box.
But not in the way Erik Ten Hag would want that position to play. But he's made his best position is box to box as an 8. That's Fred. Fred could not create anything to save his life. His passing range is terrible. His touch is terrible. I mean, Fred has his strengths, but that number 10 role is definitely not his strength. And I think he was the reason why we didn't score, why we didn't win is in scoring that game. Because if that was Bruno in number 10 role in the first half, I think we'd have scored at least 2 goals. Right. Yeah, so that's what I think. So just
Vim,
you said.
Yes, sir.
United losing at home, first game of the Europa League. For the selection, people said that selection wasn't a bad selection, but putting Fred as a 10, what was your take on it, mate?
I agree with them. That was a total disaster of a move. I think Ten Hag is experimenting with his players and seeing what they're capable of. And I think in Fred's past life, he has played as a midfielder, attacking midfielder.
In his past life,
he is, in his past life, when he was Brazilian or whatever. The thing is, Fred, we know Fred, and I appreciate that Ten Hag doesn't really know a lot of these players that well.
Right.
We've seen a lot of Fred. I mean, not only was he way overpriced at 50 million, we know he has no composure on the ball. When he gets that ball, he's like just almost wants to give it away, and he can't even make simplest of passes sometimes. I just feel quite shocked that we're seeing a Premier League player like Fred playing our team at that kind of price.
The difference between him and
He's-
McTominay hides. He doesn't hide, but
Yeah.
he does nothing better than what McTominay would done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are the Chuckle Brothers, really, isn't it? They both have
The
the
new
major deficiencies. Honestly,
Oh yeah.
they're the midfield Chuckle Brothers. Yeah, but he's so crap on the ball sometimes. It's unbelievable. Honestly,
And sometimes I think he's not.
simpler
Is he really
pass, he can't do
Brazilian?
it. Yeah, he's not Brazilian, man. He's fake Brazilian.
Someone told me he's from Angola.
The thing is, Ericsson would have been more suited
I
to
think
be in
so.
that
Maybe
10
they
role.
want to burn him out. Even I want
And,
to put Bruno there. to
Yeah, but
start.
I know Bruno, needs to be rested. I think Bruno is definitely going to be a first team player for the whole of the season,
Yeah.
and a pivotal one as well. So he needs to be kept fit for all the Premier League games because he makes a big difference, Bruno.
Right.
We're seeing
Oh, yeah,
glimpses
big
of the
time.
Bruno that we saw first season now.
Okay.
Um,
So you think he had a poor game? Quickly, guys.
Ericsson should have been a number 10, I reckon.
The penalty decision, Bems.
Yeah, the penalty decision.
Mm.
Come on, man. That was a joke, man. That wasn't a penalty. That wasn't a penalty, man.
VAR. He
That
went
was
to
a joke.
VAR.
The
Yeah,
thing is,
it's a
they
joke,
didn't get the
man. That was a
referee
joke.
to watch the screen himself.
Yeah.
But I read
Yeah.
also that referee, he's been embroiled in some match fixing scandals in Italy.
Oh, dang. Uh-oh.
Have you seen Bad Sport, by the way? I know
Bad
we're not
Sport?
really supposed to plug anything, but Bad Sport is about how even referees now in the modern game are still being influenced by
Really?
the bookmakers. Yeah,
Wow.
getting like 15, 20 grand a game just to influence the game to have a certain outcome.
Wow.
I know that thing happened a lot in China back in.
It's happening. It's still happening in all over the world. It happens a lot in America as well.
Wow.
So and he has been implicated in some match fixing scandals in Italy.
Maybe
So-
someone had bet 20 million that United will lose the game or did a
Well,
dodgy penalty.
They do bet these sums of money. They do. We're
Yeah,
talking
that
many,
penalty
many
was a
millions.
joke.
Yeah.
The
Because
penalty
the
was
thing
a
is,
joke, mate.
according to Premier League law, if
Mm.
that ball hits you somewhere else and it ricochets onto your hand, that is
Mm.
not a handball.
Right.
And those decisions have not gone against the player and in the Premier League. So why is there a different rule in
For
Europa
the
League? Or is
Europa League, I don't get it.
it's
I don't get it. How else would you can't put your leg up like that and block a ball? You can't do your body like man. Come on, that
And
was just stupid.
yeah, and I feel sorry for Martinez because as soon as he came on, he was amazing.
No,
That guy is
Oh,
everywhere.
you're saying you can't block the ball the way he blocked it?
no.
you
I
can.
said
You want him
with
to
your
do?
hands away like that because of your
No,
balance.
no. What do you want him? What do you want him to do?
No, you're not. You understand? I said the way he positioned his body, there was no way he could have taken his hands away and put
Oh,
his,
yeah.
He put his
Yeah,
hands
yeah.
behind him and
Yeah,
then dived.
and dive and
Yeah.
still.
And
Come on.
Lindelof is the worst though. Have you seen
Oh,
Lindelof
God.
defend? It's like he's bloody doing like ballet. Like
That guy's a clown.
yeah,
Yeah.
always defending with his hand behind his back. I mean, when you put your hands behind your back, you kind of you're reducing your mobility
yes,
because you can't
Yeah,
be
you are.
as quick.
yeah.
And he
Exactly.
always does it. Always. I mean, it was unjust for Martinez. He's a wicked defender, man.
Right.
That guy's
So
a live
most
wire.
of you guys quickly we're gonna switch gears. Most of you guys heard what Martial. I covered the story on that yesterday. If you haven't seen the video, try and watch it about Martial saying what Ole and Jose did to his career. Vim, quickly, what did you think of? Have you heard? Did you read about it? or
Yeah,
watch the video?
I saw a post on it. I didn't read the whole thing about it, but yeah, I would agree because he's playing his favorites. He's letting players just basically decay. Martial, we know, is a baller. I know he was a bit lazy under Oli, and he could have tried harder to win the ball back once he'd lost it. But yeah, he didn't do himself any favors. But he's a baller. He's amazing. And I think having a new coach breathes a new lease of life into a player.
Right.
And that's what we're seeing now with Martial. And personally, I think Martial is better than Rashford.
He is.
And he should be in that
But the
starting
media are
berth.
not going to let you know. The media is going to tell you something different.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've been analyzing Rashford, and he's still to me a one-trick pony. And I know Kay's going to hate me for this because I know he's a Rashford boy.
Well, Ben,
like
you
Adam.
got Ben. Ben is on your team on that one. The
Yeah,
Rashford,
because-
Rashford is a one-trick pony team.
Yeah, he's
So-
a one-trick
so-
pony, man. That guy. Yeah. Go ahead, Vim.
Where do you think, Bems, that Rashford is most successful? In what
His best.
situations?
Counter-attacking, run into space. That's all he. That is Rashford for you. Rashford he plays his best game counter-attacking. The thing is, I mean, okay, Vim, go ahead because it's your spot to talk.
No. But it's exactly what you're saying, because I was watching every game where he's had success with Liverpool and Arsenal, and it's when the opposition pushes up a high line that now he's got his speed to rely on, and then just plays off the shoulder of a defender. That is the only time, because if you watch him close control in tight areas, he cannot keep the ball. He cannot dribble. He cannot dribble. He's lost his skills. He cannot even make some basic passes. He just constantly gives the ball away. He's actually as bad as Fred in terms of turnover in tight spaces. And so there you know that this guy is lacking skill now, and we're seeing it. He's lacking that skill. So he's the only way he can take an opportunity is when he's got nothing to run at. He's got a whole open field, defenders over his shoulder, and he's got a ball to chase and go for the goal. That is it. So he's easy to suss out. Every manager will know that at some point that, look, if Rashford plays, don't maintain a high line.
Simple. It's simple. Kind of like, so Tim, in the Houston Red Army group, right? There's been talking. Okay, yeah, we got. Oh yeah, Rashford this, basically kissing Rashford's ass. And I stake and I stake my claim, man. I'm consistent.
Oh, Ben,
I don't hate Rashford.
Ben takes on all comers, but he sticks by his points, and I respect it.
I don't rate Rashford as a technical, skilled footballer.
So he's not a good player.
No, hell no. Come on, bro. No, please. Let's not say that, because I know Houston Red Army as a members will be thinking he's close to Mbappe. If you watch football very, very closely and you watch the game well, I mean, you will see football is not all about just running into space and scoring. Oh yeah, 1-on-1, he's the best finisher. This and that, bro. If Rashford's pace if Rashford didn't have that pace, he won't be playing for Man United. He probably might not even play in the Premier League. I could tell you that. Rashford. His best attribute, like just what Vim said, he's a one-trick pony, running in behind because he's got pace. He has nothing, and one-on-one on goal, he's good. He's a decent finisher. He's a good finisher. I'll give him that too. But that's it to his game. He cannot play with his back behind goal. He's not a target player. He's not a number 9. His link-up play when it comes to compared to plays like Martial is totally night and day. Martial is in Rashford link up play is not really that good as people think it is. Dribbling, he's terrible. Like one-on-one when he's taking people on. Before in the past it worked, but now they found him out. It doesn't work anymore. So I mean, what I was saying was that you need to add more to your game, and it's working for Martial. It's working for him now because we're playing counter-attacking football. Yes. My curiosity is I'm curious to see what's going to happen when Ten Hag actually gets to play the way he really wants to play. Because Eric Ten Hag wants to play similar to the way City play.
Yes,
he wants to press you, pin you in your third, in your final third, and he wants to keep breaking you down, creating chances, probing. Ball possession. Rashford does not thrive in that kind of situation at all. The players that work well in that kind of situation is Martial, Sancho, Anthony, Eriksen. These are players that can keep the ball. You know what I'm saying? But Rashford is not. He's an Ole type of player. You know what I'm saying? He's in counterattack. It's working now, is like I said, because we're playing counterattacking. But I say you can't. I mean, I like Rashford. I like him, but I don't rate him.
As he's
I
been
don't
rated.
rate him.
I
don't rate him. I don't rate him.
I don't know what paper pulled it out that Man United and Eric Ten Hag are planning to build the team around Rashford as the main man at United, which I think is just paper media talk just because of who he is. On a serious note, football-wise, if United don't counter-attack, he cannot hold the ball up. He's not good in the air. His heading ability is not great. He can't head the ball. He can't be a number one focal point. He can't play with his back to goal. So how the hell would they make him the main man? Because this is what I'm saying. The media and the fans get too carried away with 1-2 games that he scores 2 breakaway goals. And
too carried away.
You got to understand, as a footballer, that his game is based on pace. And when United are not running into space, there is literally handicapped to a point. And you saw that last season because Ragnick was not doing counter-attacking football. That's why you did not see much of him, because it was not that, you know? And the point there is Martial can play more of a hold-up play and bring in players. He can play with his back to goal. And Martial has more dribbling tricks. Martial reminds me of Iron Robin. You remember Iron Robin, Vim?
Yeah, brilliant.
He played for Chelsea.
That guy can strike that ball.
And this guy had that close ball. He would dribble in such a tight corner. He played for Bayern Munich. He played for Chelsea. He was one of Mourinho's first buys.
Yeah. He destroyed us in the Champions League. I remember when he played for Brighton.
Yeah. He's
Bayern
very
Munich.
good, very technically skillful. He reminds me of Martial about that close ball control. You don't need a lot of space to run into. He would just be cutting in and twisting and turning and with the ball close to the feet. Rashford needs to push and let's chase, kind of run and let's be to his pace. No. So they saying Rashford being the main man at United. People said it was part of Eric Ten Hag's contract that, okay, if you're going to take this job, we will need you to improve on Rashford. How much improvement quickly do you think he can improve on Rashford, Benz, before I go to Vim?
Like I said in the group, man. Rashford is who he is. He's a one-trick pony. I mean, I don't think you can't make him. You can't give him the skills that Martial has. You can't give him the skills that Sancho has. You can't. You can't. He doesn't have those. He doesn't have it. He's a pace merchant, and you can't. The only thing that can happen is Ten Hag can just improve on what he has, basically, and maybe improve on his decision making at best. That's what I think Eric Ten Hag can do, is help him improve on his decision making and not running into blind alleys. That's the best I think Eric Ten Hag can do for him. But trying to transform him to the main focal man, like a number 9, and improve on his link-up play or his hold-up play. I don't see Rashford improving his hold-up play or link-up. I don't really see that, because he's not a
6-yard. He's not a 6-yard box player either.
No, he's not. He's not that type of player. As far as his head, he might be able to improve his heading abilities, but Rashford is 25. If he didn't have, once you're 25, you're pretty much who you are, really. Like, you just build up. I mean, you might improve just a little bit more, but you are who you are. That's pretty much so. All this, Eric Ten Hag, he signed he was told to improve Rashford, and fans and the media, Eric Ten Hag is gonna make Rashford the main guy. Please, fans, if you watch, take your time, right, and just watch the game closely. Pay attention to the way a player plays. Watch the way the player plays. Watch their strengths and weaknesses, and then make your decisions from there. Not just being totally emotional and say, Rashford's gonna be the guy. No, he's not gonna be much better than what he is right now. And and I know, because he just scored a few goals. He's playing well the past few games. Let's see how long this is gonna last.
So he's not your 25-goal a season striker.
The thing is, Rashford can give you 20 goals a season. He can. He's done it before. He can. But that depends. It depends on the way we play. If we're playing counter-attacking football, you can get. If every team is going to play a high line against us, Rashford will give you 20 goals a season.
Right.
That's. But you're going to face teams that are going to sit back against you. Rashford is not going to. he's not gonna give you. He's not gonna be really productive in those type of games.
Right.
So
let's bring him
I mean,
in.
yes, yeah, 20 goals, yeah, but 25 goals a season. No, he's not a Harry Kane, that's for sure. Or he's not.
Vim, can you see Rashford as a Thierry Henry for
No way.
Arsenal? You know, that blistering pace. Henry was a very skillful player. Can Rashford get to that level? I mean, Henry came in. Henry did cut in through the left, and you know, we all saw Henry back in the day. He was fabulous.
But
he was
he's a
literally
confident player.
Yes,
he's confident because he knows he's got the ability.
Yes,
and I think with Rashford, there's been telltale signs on his face for a number of years that he looks like he's lacking confidence. I don't think I've ever seen Rashford confident, even when he broke into the scene. I think he knows his skills are limited.
Right.
And he knows that really the only thing he's got going for him is his height and his speed. And because the guy's not a good dribbler, he's not really much of a show pony like some other players that we know of. And he's not got the ability to turn players in and out and control the ball in tight spaces. So I think he knows that. And that's why I think it does affect his confidence. Because you can see that guy's always looking at the ground, yeah? Looks quite serious, quite
head
subdued.
Down.
Yeah, head down.
And we're off.
Yeah, but then, do you see that? You don't see a lot of confidence in him. He's always looking at the ground. You know, he looks partly depressed to me. I don't know.
So, from what they're saying, from what the media is saying, from what they're saying, Ten Hag will improve him and make United's main man because Eric Ten Hag likes him. I'm beginning to not buy into what the press is saying. I'm not buying into this because end of the day, Eric Ten Hag making him the main man, there has to be so much adjustment to his game. I mean, a lot of adjustment to his game. I mean, if you're going to put crosses in the box, this guy's not going to be leaping over defenders to head that ball. I can't see that happening. He's not the best head of the ball. He's dribbling.
Yeah, the thing is, Ten Hag, right? He's got a tough job on it.
He does have,
because not only is he come here to change the fortunes of the club and make us play better football. Players. Yeah, because he has to also increase the value of the squad.
Yeah,
you know, he needs to. He can't just come here and totally disintegrate that team. He's got to work with what he's been given.
And
you know, which is a very expensive squad.
It didn't work.
Got a very expensive squad. Overpriced players. He's got shambolic players like Fred and Maguire and a few others, and he can only use his coaching methods to try and improve these guys. And so if Rashford's a one-trick pony, he's going to have to give him a second trick. And I think that's what he's going to try to do with Maguire and Fred.
Develop players at that age to know
I think
how
you
to
can
dribble
try
again
to
at
alter.
25.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, if you can't dribble, you can't dribble. That's a difficult skill, but you can teach people to play in a different way, a different manner. Try and adjust them into a different system and say, look, we're going to try and slightly change your role. I want you to start doing this. Like when Fergie said to Rooney, you need to start heading the ball. Yeah. And then that season, he actually scored a lot more goals because he was using his head. So you just have to make small adjustments that they are capable of doing. What do you reckon?
Any questions, gentlemen?
Oh man,
that's what I think he's got to do. I mean, did you see Ten Hag doesn't always look very happy as well? Even though
he looks like he has that look of a silent assassin. Those guys you hire as a hitman.
Oh
Puts him on a black jacket and some black gloves, and he comes with his silencer, and he's out. He's done.
But he's a difficult guy to read because sometimes he celebrates a goal and sometimes he's completely still.
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
Yeah. He doesn't give away a lot. He doesn't give away
a lot.
But even
I don't know if he's satisfied with your performance or not. It's hard to read because he had the same.
But that's good though.
That's
good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's what we want as a manager.
Yeah.
We want that.
Well, they'll be smiling from ear to ear when we win a game. Come on, nice one, Rashid. Nice one, matey. Come on, mate. We're gonna have a little pie and something.
Yeah, you can have the next 2 days off.
Yeah, you don't need to come in next week. You just have a 2 day off, and we do a little light training, and light training on Friday, and we'll just take it from there. But we go again. We didn't win again last week. We go again next week. and
go
he
again.
tells the same story in the press. Yes, it wasn't a great game, but we go again. We're positive. This is Man United. We never give up, really. This is the same clown who said it's not about winning trophies. I think he was having a dig at Mourinho at that point. I don't think he
No.
likes Mourinho.
About
He
not
doesn't
winning
like.
trophies.
Yeah.
You know why someone would say that?
Why?
They're setting the expectations.
Low.
They know they can't win trophies, so they have to say to everyone publicly, like controlling the narrative, that no, we're not here to win
Man
trophies.
United
Because
has always
really,
been about
he
winning
cannot.
trophies.
Yeah, but he cannot. He's not capable, and he knows
He
it.
played in an era that was trophy glittering with trophies
Yeah,
every season.
but as a manager, he can't. As a manager, he cannot win trophies, and that's what he's actually thinking. And so that's why he's controlling the narrative by saying, "Oh, it's not about the trophies."
Oh, what is it
You
about?
know? Do you know about
We might as well
R.
not even
Kelly's?
compete then, right? We shouldn't
Yeah, like
compete.
R. Kelly's interviews
Mm,
towards the end. He was basically trying to control the narrative to the cameras to say that he's innocent and he didn't do all those things. So he's trying to control the narrative as to what he wants the audiences to believe. And Solskjaer was doing the same thing. Because he doesn't believe he can actually win trophies,
He
telling
didn't
his
win
audience.
anything, but he was slagging off Mourinho, who won 3 trophies. So what's his point?
Yeah, because he effectively put Mourinho out of a job.
True.
So yeah, and he had to basically, you know, the rhetoric was that, like, I've come in to save the club because Mourinho was a disaster. So Mourinho was the enemy.
Mm.
That was
Well,
the rhetoric.
The
That
trophy
was the narrative.
cabinet was
Still empty.
It's still right, gentlemen. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure for joining us this Sunday afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Sunday afternoon that in the world everything's gone. Today's 9/11, and people still mourning the death of the Queen, Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II. Well, football, we don't know if football's going to be back next weekend. We'll keep an eye out on that and see where we go with football next weekend. Hopefully, football might return. Excuse me.
Oh, we have a game on Thursday.
Yeah, we're still playing on Thursday. Yeah, we're playing
Europa League. So that's away, isn't it?
That will still happen. That's away against Real Sociedad away, right?
No, I don't think that's back to back. I think that's one
of
the
it's not
other,
back to back. Okay.
No. I think that's in another one. That's the only team. Those are the only 2 teams that's the only team that's going to give us a problem. On paper, that's the only team that looks like will give us a problem. The other 2 teams, but this is Man United.
Which team?
I don't even remember the 2 in that group. I only know Real Sociedad.
We're playing FC Sheriff. I didn't even know there's a club called FC Sheriff.
That's why Europa League. You had some teams you have never heard of. They sound like a company that was made is from somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can shoot the sheriff.
Maybe
shot the sheriff.
That'd be great. So, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure again. Thank you very much for joining us on a Sunday.
Straight up.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're now on Spotify, so check us on Spotify. If you're just driving home, on in the gym, just check us out and listen to it, because this will be put on Spotify today. So, guys, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we shall see you. We're trying to do a preview for the game on Thursday, probably on Wednesday or Tuesday night. We'll see. All right, gentlemen.
We'll have to do our homework on Sheriff. You know, this is funny, right? Their logo is actually a sheriff badge.
Really?
Is this a real team?
I bet they've never seen Man United play before. So I mean, they've never had United come to them before. So the whole town will probably come out and see. Oh, Ronaldo is in, and if they score, you know, the whole stadium's going to erupt. If they score first.
And it's you know, to beat Man U is like winning a cutting a scalp.
God, they don't mind losing. That team will be honored, and they put on a golden plaque. The team that beat a team that was with Ronaldo. And think about it. I bet those guys, the wages are not even. They don't even get up to 25 a week.
I mean, there's
a week.
There's clubs around the world where the teams are players are part time.
Yeah,
like some of them are part time builders.
Yeah,
and
some of them work in the one team we played once upon a time. Most of the players work in the bank and the bakeries during the day. They do football in the evening. They have a 9 to 5.
There was a team in the World Cup. I think it was in Moldova, where all the players were part time. They all had other jobs.
They had day jobs. I remember that one. I think the captain he worked in a bakery in the morning and he played football in the evening.
So you know what they're having for lunch?
Exactly, cupcakes and fairy cakes.
And pastries.
Anyway, gentlemen, See you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See you guys soon. Tell Sienna I saw her running away.
Yeah, she's there. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. I'll catch you soon. All right, mate.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Take care.
All right.
All right,
See
mate.
you guys next time.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right, Vim.
Take care.